Wisconsin's most wanted is set to go free again thanks to the generosity of a convicted drug trafficker.
One of Wisconsin's most notorious criminals, Kenneth Twyman, has become infamous for his repeated arrests and releases. He has spent over $100,000 on bail, but even that couldn't save him eventually. Welcome to the first episode of Crash Out TV, the channel where we shine a light on the most dangerous and deranged individuals society has to offer. Let's jump into today's story, which takes us to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Milwaukee, unfortunately, ranks 13th in the nation for its high homicide rate. If you know the city's street culture, this might not surprise you. Milwaukee's tough environment and street culture contribute significantly to its crime rates. Our focus is Kenneth Twyman, a 26-year-old Milwaukee native who gained attention in 2022 after Fox News reported on his multiple legal troubles and his ability to post high cash bails. In many cities, it's unusual for people involved in street activities to afford such large bail amounts, but Milwaukee is different. Twyman embraced Milwaukee's street culture from a young age and quickly gained respect for his hustling and money-making. However, his lifestyle led him into serious trouble. His downfall began in 2018 when he led police on a high-speed chase. The chase ended with Twyman crashing into an SUV with a mother and her 3 young children. After the crash, Twyman fled on foot, leaving behind drugs, guns, and his cell phones. One of the phones contained a video of Twyman shooting a gun from his car, causing outrage in Milwaukee. At just 19, he became one of Wisconsin's most wanted. After the incident, Twyman went into hiding in Arkansas but was eventually tracked down by U.S. Marshals and brought back to Wisconsin to face charges. In March 2019, Twyman faced 5 felony charges related to the high-speed chase. The judge set his bail at $3,000, which the prosecutor felt was too low. Despite requests for a higher bond, the court denied them, allowing Twyman to post bail and return to the streets by June 2019. Twyman's freedom didn't last. In July 2021, he was charged with possession of THC and bail jumping in Waukesha. He was released on a signature bond, which is essentially a promise to appear in court. You might expect someone facing serious felonies to stay out of trouble, but Twyman remained deeply involved in street life. In July 2021, Twyman missed another court date, leading to a new arrest warrant. U.S. Marshals found him hiding in his mother's apartment, where they discovered a stolen Glock, around $4,000 in cash, and a large amount of marijuana. He was released again on a $7,500 cash bond. A family member paid the bond, and Twyman was released on January 12, 2022. By this point, his total bail payments had reached $12,500. This amount might deter most people from further criminal activity, but Twyman was already deeply involved in street life and showed no intention of stopping. On April 14, 2022, Milwaukee police responded to a gas station after reports of a shooting. They found 24-year-old Twyman Luckett outside the store, bleeding from a gunshot wound to his neck. Despite efforts to save him, Twyman was pronounced dead about 20 minutes later. Detectives interviewed a witness named TJ, who had been in the car with Twyman. TJ explained that Twyman had picked him up and stopped at the store for pizza rolls. After Twyman went back into the store, TJ saw him meet with Twyman outside. They shook hands, and moments later, TJ heard multiple gunshots. He looked out to see Twyman on the ground and Twyman standing nearby with a gun in his hand. Twyman then fled in a gray Infiniti. TJ called 911 and later identified Twyman as the shooter from a photo lineup. Realizing the gravity of his situation, Twyman went on the run again and hired one of Wisconsin's top defense lawyers, Mark Richards. Richards had gained fame for defending Kyle Rittenhouse, who was acquitted in a high-profile case. Twyman's case did not have a favorable outcome. Twyman was eventually found by U.S. Marshals hiding in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. This marked the end of his freedom. The judge set a $100,000 cash bond for the murder charge and an additional $12,500 for previous cases. Richard Stulo, a local drug dealer with a construction business, paid the $112,500 to secure Twyman's release. However, Twyman was sent back to Waukesha to face drug and bail jumping charges. Twyman was caught planning to escape to California, leading the judge to set a new $200,000 cash bond. Despite this, he was only sentenced to 180 days in jail for this particular charge, with a release date set for November 22, 2022. As news of his release spread, there was public outrage, and reporters gathered at Stulo's door. Stulo requested his bail money back, which was granted, leaving Twyman in custody until his trial. Twyman and Mark Richards planned to use a self-defense argument similar to Rittenhouse's defense. T-Man claimed he shot Twyman in self-defense after Twyman allegedly threatened him with a gun. Despite this defense, the judge found T-Man guilty of murder and sentenced him to 35 years in prison. This means T-Man will be in his 60s by the time he is eligible for release. It's a tragic end to a troubled life. Our thoughts are with Twyman Luckett's family as they deal with their loss. Thank you for watching this episode of Crash Out TV. We'll see you next time. Peace.